how did you end up over here?
Over here, well, what happened was, to be honest with you, I was scared of, these guys because they're a bunch of, Mexicans and like gangsters and stuff, and that's my worst fear right there. So I was like, I don't know about these guys. So Adam came in here. So I walked past Fourth to go to 7-Eleven, and that's when I started talking to Adam more and more. Then I met KG, and then just kept on hanging out with him, a lot. Like for some reason, I couldn't stop wanting to come over here. Like on my breaks, I would just run over here and say hi, and then run back, and they're like. A lot of people notice that, and then after work I'd hang out here in the back and talk to him, and then build like a big relationship. And then one day I was joking around with Adam because this whole area was empty. So I peeked my head out the window and I was all Richie the Barber, and then I'm like, what if I worked here? That'd be kind of cool. And then Adam's all, you got to talk to KG. That'd be kind of cool idea. So I run it with KG, and he said that it's like, you know what, that's a good idea. Let's talk about it, and then see what's going on.
So you said earlier that you used to cut hair right next to your granddad, and it felt kind of like a family shop.
Yeah.
Do you think that here you sort of made that same kind of thing?
Yeah. Well, the weird thing is like we're all Virgos. I mean, that is kind of weird. We're like kind of the same kind of people. We all have the same drive.
You're all twins.
We're all twins. That's good.
But do you think that dynamic that you were looking for?
Yeah.
Would you tell me about that?
Well, I think that building like these guys are like my brothers. Like basically, like I look up to them. They teach me a lot of stuff. They keep me in line with things. And yeah, like that's always what I wanted. After that was to get like a tight group. And I think when you have a tight group, you can like take on anything. You can keep on going with stuff and just Over at Floyd's it was more like all over the place. I didn't really like people that much. Like just there's a lot of like drama and stuff. Over here's not that much drama, so that's a really good fact too. Just well talk.
You talk to me about Floyd's. What didn't you like about working there?
The thing was, one of the main things was it's not old fashioned to me. I like old fashioned, cutting hair and like the scenery. There was no like history. It was basically like a chain. I mean that's fine though. Like I mean that's good. They want to do that, but just like
a little bit more corporate.
It's a lot corporate, and then just the stations were weird. I didn't like working out of a toolbox. It was just kind of weird for that. And then the music was really loud. I couldn't interact with my customers as much because it's just too loud. I never really worked with women before, so that was kind of weird. You get to hear all that drama and stuff. I mean, the only thing that was good about it was, there was a lot of people coming in there. There was, cool posters on the wall. I mean, sometimes good music, and that was kind of good.
But it didn't feel like home.
It didn't feel like home, no. Like here it was like more like home, So.
So what do you think your granddad would say now about sort of how your ability has progressed as a barber?
My granddad would probably say like, I'm on the right track, and he'd be very proud of me, probably.
What would what do you think he would say? Where would he want you to go next? What's the next step for you?
I think that he would. Same what I think too is like I think that he would want me to just build up like the clientele as much as possible, like where there's like a line outside the door, just like a lot of history, promoting a lot more, and just keep on going with things, doing my dreams.
What do you think he'd say about your work ethic?
He would always tell me to work faster. I don't like to work fast, because he was just like, he's done, and I don't like to do that. I take my time, talking to people, and so that's what he'd probably say is you gotta work faster all the time,
But you have a pretty strong work ethic. We just talked about how, I mean, you basically go 4 hours transportation, work here a whole day, go to sleep, get up, come back, do it again. And how many days a week do you do that?
6 days a week I do that every day.
So
but still, I mean, like even my days off, I'm still cutting hair. I mean, I got all my friends out there, my brothers, I cut their hair. I'm always cutting hair nonstop, Even my mom said like, I mean, she was like, why are you all grumpy today? I'm like, I don't know. What are you talking about? And she's like, did you cut hair today? And I was like, nah, I didn't cut hair today. So she knows that like when I don't cut hair, it's like I build this little world around me. Like I like to cut hair. It's like I'm in the zone. It's always what I've been doing, in my life. So it's like, when I'm not cutting hair, I feel like I'm doing something wrong. I feel like I'm messing up. So like I always gotta cut hair constantly, like nonstop, So
you get in a bad mood.
Yeah, I just get weird. It's like, I don't like to just sit down and relax. I don't like to be like a vegetable. I just like to keep on going,
It's sort of like a drug to you, like cutting hair.
I think it's, kind of like a drug, because like, I always like to meet new people. Like, that's just my thing. Like, I mean, even in Orange County, I'll be walking around the mall. I'm like, hey, what are you doing today? He's like, nothing. I'm like, let me cut your hair. You know? He's like, why you cut your hair? I'm like, let me cut your hair. So I'll have my stuff on me all the time. So I'll have a backpack and I'll just cut somebody's hair. I've done that so many times. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there'll be a free show out in Orange County and I'll cut about, like, 15, 20 people that day, and then I'll just go home and, I'll come back to work and I'm like, what did you do yesterday? I'm like, cut your hair. Like, you cut your hair day off? What the hell, I gotta do it,
There's no day off for Richie.
Nah, there's no day off. I like to do it.
So, what kind of skills do you need, not you particular, but if somebody was getting into barbering, what kind of skills would you say they were? What would be your recommendation?
My recommendation to having skills to be a barber would be, well, number one thing is like, your personality. I think that's the most thing. I mean, like, it's all preference to like people. Like when they come to get a haircut, they're like, some people like to just get their haircut fast. Some people like to just like the way someone talks, and also of course the haircut. So like, I mean, it's just all preference. So I think that you should have all those qualities. Be outgoing, cut hair good. Have a lot of history. I mean, just I don't know, yeah.
Are there any things that you think that skills that you want to work on for barbering, and that you're still trying to master?
Well, I mean, every day, like, I'm always trying to, like, I mean, the past couple of days, I beat myself up. I'm like, dude, I'm not doing this right. I'm not going out there outside and promoting. I'm not going out because but I did it to myself. Like, I'm going back every night on the train. When I did live out here, I would just, go everywhere, all through LA, go to anything I went to, any art gallery, anything, and just promote and, get myself out there, as much as possible, So, and then even cutting hair-wise, I always want to, learn new stuff and, pretty much that, and different tools, different ideas, always like that,
So what are your goals for the next year? Talk to me about where you want to be in a year.
The next year, well, sad to say, everything costs money. So, I'd say, like, definitely save up a lot of money. Do all the things I want to do, like all the little hobbies I want to do. Main thing is I want to build up the clientele like a lot. I average about 4 new people a day. I want this place to be, like, packed all the time, like, just people coming out, in and out. So I think that, definitely, and then, I want to get a car, hopefully get a car, get an apartment, move out here, just, get better all the time,
Would you say you want to become LA's premier barber?
Yeah, I want to be like LA, like a historical landmark eventually. That's kind of weird to say, but like I want that, I want where, like, it's going to take some time, I know that, but then, I'm an impatient kind of guy, so like I want it to happen like fast, so, but yeah, I want Melrose to come back up, to rise, and then this could be like the spot where everybody's like, that's the barbershop where you got to go to when you drive by, like, I want to see that place,
You want to be sort of like what people think of barbering in LA.
Yeah. Think of Richie the Barber, when they come to LA, Like, people all around the world, like Pinks, everybody goes around the world, they check out, Pinks. I want people to be out here.